So in the tradition of the teachers in my family and the fact that it's a Friday leading into a long weekend, I have a pop quiz for you. It's been a while since I did this. You ready? Yeah. All right. What word would you use to describe the gospel readings from Tuesday till today? Kind of a main theme that's been going on from Tuesday till today. Anyone want to take a shot? Not the guy running the teleprompter. He can read it.
Authority.
Authority. That's a good one. What else? Anyone else want to hazard a guess? Healing. Good job, Ernst. And to all you online who typed in healing, A+. So if you answered healing, then we'd be on the same wavelength with what I was thinking and praying about, although I like authority too, which you'll hear in the homily. It's been said that if you want to make a point, you need to use ample evidence. And if you want it to be remembered, you need to have repetition. I believe God has made his point. Over these past 4 days, Jesus has healed the man with an unclean spirit. He has healed Simon's mother-in-law, who is bedbound with illness and fever. He's healed the man with leprosy. And today, he has forgiven and healed the man who's paralyzed, whose friends lowered him through the roof to Jesus. But sometimes we need to be hit with strong evidence of Jesus' authority, which, as we know, is derived with his identity as the Son of God. And that's why we started what we started with on Monday at the baptism of the Lord, when we heard God the Father declaring, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I'm well pleased." But based on the first reading from St. Paul to the Hebrews and the Psalm, despite God's attempts, we human beings need God's further help to remember his healing and saving power. St. Paul reminds his initial listeners and us today that we have received the good news just as our ancestors did. And we've just proclaimed the psalmist's admonition: do not forget the works of the Lord. St. Paul rightly points out that we have a choice with what we do with the good news, the saving word of God. Either we can listen and let the word of God inspire us to live in accord with God, united in faith with those who've done so before us, or we can live disconnected from God's teaching and lose what is promised, that we enter into his rest. Personally, for me, it begins with paying attention. Not so easy in today's world to pay attention. But as Father Bobby said yesterday, maybe a good strategy is to go to a quiet place, to where we can reflect on the Word of God and also what's going on in our lives. I love Father Bobby's imagery of going to that quiet place and meeting Jesus. I can imagine walking into a church or a room in my home or a confessional and seeing Jesus seated in a pew or a chair, having him welcome me and asking how he can help. What's on my mind? What can he do to help you or me or a loved one? I can also imagine him reassuring us that everything will work out, even when everything seems lost or just way too much to handle. He's reassuring us this if we stay close to him, if we let him and his church nourish and lead us to the Father's house. My brothers and sisters, Jesus has given us a reason to believe. Let us take a few moments today to recall some of the works of healing that he has done for us and for our loved ones, so that our faith and our hope in him may be strong. Strong enough not just for us, but for those who need to hear this good news of Jesus' healing power.